Anyway.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 897. Hello, it's Mike Matthews, broadcasting from Cafe Anyway here at the last place on earth, located somewhere in Podcaster Valley. Today, the return of a segment that I have not done in over a year. It's called the Cassette Cubbyhole on today's FF episode, where I'll be playing back a Matthews interview with the very popular country singer
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Craig Morgan, back when he first debuted. Plus we hear from Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster, because he's a ringer.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
To make you laugh. So this past weekend there was Comic-Con for all the nerds to take their contacts out and put their glasses on. Let's face it, half the movies will be in the theaters for a week and then gone. I've been disappointed so much, I see no reason for me too long to be in San Diego for this overhyped event.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Lots of TV shows get panels where many tedious hours are spent
Mike's
hearing writers talk
Daily
about character arcs
Podcast.
that are just another way of saying,
yeah,
how can we fill up 24 one-hour episodes with meaningless pap? That's a lot of episodes to fill up. You know, behind the scenes at Comic-Con, it's debauchery with those hot cosplayers. There's all these girls that are like, oh my gosh, look at these actors, these lower-level sci-fi bit actors that are right off of soap operas that look so hot. Ooh, debauchery and nights of crazy passion that will produce a bunch of little not nerds in 9 months. And meanwhile, San Diego laughs all the way to the bank. Look who just walked in. Hi, Mike. How y'all doing?
That's Benita, the rodeo queen. This is the Disgruntled Fiddle Player. Tell you what.
What?
What's up with this microphone situation?
We just moved everything around a little bit here at Cafe Anyway. Is that better for you?
Yeah, that works. So, you don't like Comic-Con and whatnot and all those nerds and people that mouths breathe?
Well, no, I think it's awesome that they do what they do. They go and they see things and they... Mike, a lot of those shows are going to start and then they're going to stop. Yeah, you know, I should have recorded this podcast last night when I was trying to get to sleep. I had all these great ideas for today's podcast and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to put all these ideas in a little part of my brain and I'll call them up when I start recording this tomorrow. And none of them are there. I just, I was going to say all these things. But that's it. I don't have anything.
Mike, you have mental block.
Yeah. Look who else just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. I make the root beer. I'm the Brewmaster. Oh, boy.
Brewmaster, did you make a root beer that was in honor? See, nothing here either. Mental block.
That's great.
I did have an interesting thing yesterday at the dog park that we're going to have another dog park chronicle that will feature in an upcoming episode. But today's show has Craig Morgan, who I interviewed back when he first came out in 2000. If you don't know who he is, he's huge on the country music charts. He had a run of hits. Within the past 10 years, he had a bunch of hit songs. So he stopped by and we did sort of this thing where we're pretending to be broadcasting from a restaurant. It was a lot of fun. It's amazing, though, my interview style has changed so much in 15 years. And that I probably, back then, I feel when I listen to this interview, I'm like, I think what they basically did was they said, hey, Craig Morgan's here, interview him. And I'm like, Craig who? What? And I just had to come up with questions off the top of my head. But he was really good, and he had some good singing and stuff. Once again, all this was much better in my brain last night before I went to bed. Mike, you should have done it back then from your pillow. Should do a pillow cast. Yeah, excellent idea, Benita.
Mike, I think what's holding you back is all these voices that you do. I don't think people can connect with them because they're like, well, are those like real people, or is that just Mike making voices? And it just confuses them and they don't like it.
That's right, Mike. And who really drinks root beer anymore? That's absolutely correct. And you sound like a Muppet. That's right. Mike, we're gonna go. Bow, we're not needed anymore. Well, there they went. So that is basically it. You can go listen to the show on iTunes, and we're on YouTube, SoundCloud, TuneIn, Stitcher, Podomatic, Mixcloud, Spreaker, Player FM, and Ameristream Live, all over the internet. And I do the country show, so I know a little bit about country music on weekends on countrycrossroadsradio.com. And yes, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Yelp, Tumblr. If you comment on any of those places, we read your comments on the section emails from email and your common not so comments. And you can email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. Help out the show if you're going to buy anything on Amazon by going through the link at mikesdailypodcast.com. And also there's the PayPal if you want to become a Mike's Daily Podcaster. All the Cafe Anyway characters will do an MP3 for the reading for you, to you. There's the blog, the Daily Podcast picture, and all my past interviews too are at mikesdailypodcast.com. Now, let's go back in time to the cassette cubbyhole that you can also find at mikesdailypodcast.com, and listen to past interviews that I saved on cassette, because that was even though digital was sort of the thing already in 2000, when I recorded an interview of that digitally, which I actually did for this interview, but they told me, oh, we don't have that much room memory-wise, so delete it when you're done. So it ended up being on the cassette. So let's go to that. Craig Morgan, this is February 9th, 2000, and he had just come out before all of his big success and all the awards that he won.
Mike's Cassette Cubbyhole.
Please welcome new Atlantic recording artist Craig Morgan. Craig, welcome to the Hey Santa Fe Cafe. Do you need a root beer or anything like that? I can set you up.
Man, you got somebody that can bring one out here? I can go back here in the kitchen and get one.
No, that is so kind of you. But we have Marge, who can. She's our waitress.
If it's not too much inconvenience.
Marge.
Oh, hi, Craig.
Hi, Marge.
Marge, don't drool on him.
I'm not drooling. I'm just... What would you like to drink, Craig?
How about a root beer, Marge?
I'll be right back.
All right. Well, I'll get a napkin for that drool. That's
okay. I'll just wipe it here on the table.
That's all right. So... Craig, you are a very interesting person in that you've spent quite a bit of time in the military, and you won a lot of awards for all kinds of the U.S. Army Country Singer of the Year thing and stuff like that.
Lots of neat stuff. Had a lot of fun.
Wow, and you could probably do more push-ups than I could ever imagine.
I don't know. We'll try that later. We'll see.
And you have this new song. It's called Something to Write Home About, and I'm going to play it right now. And it was written by you, actually. It says here.
That's right. With
Tony Ramey. And what inspired this song?
Absolutely nothing. No, we had just written. Another song right before we had wrote this song, and the two of us had talked about the first song and just wasn't feeling crazy about it. He loved it, but it wasn't doing a thing for me. So I told him we needed to write something that would make people want to write home about it. And we immediately jumped on that idea and sat down and wrote this song.
Well, let's give it a listen. It's the new one from Craig Morgan. Craig Morgan.
Well, thank you.
Something to write home about. Craig, for the women that would probably just drool if they met you, describe yourself to the ladies.
I'm about 6'2", 195 pounds, broad shoulders, blonde hair, blue eyes, big chest.
Now
for the truth.
Well, but that's pretty darn close. But you are I can just see in that you're a picturesque guy. It's very difficult for a heterosexual male to talk about a guy. It's difficult. But he's a good-looking guy, is what I'm saying, ladies. I'm trying to help you out here. Can you interview yourself now? I need to take some time out.
Thank you for your kind words. Hopefully we'll get some phone calls on that alone. Just that alone. Hopefully they'll call in and seriously want to know.
I think so. So could you maybe play a little song on that guitar that you have there in that on your lap?
I sure can.
I'll put some money in the tip jar.
I'll do it. This is a song that's on my record that I co-wrote with Steve Dean and Will Nance, a couple of real good friends of mine, called It's Me.
It's Me.
If you hear a voice whistling outside your window, baby, ain't a robin nor a bluebird, it's me. And if the postman brings a package with big hearts on the wrapper, and you wonder who it came from, it's me. Who loves you, baby? Please don't think I'm crazy if I go to the extreme. There ain't nothing I won't do to hear you say you love me too. Say it's me. If you see a plane fly over, full of Navy banner, and the letters spell I love you, it's me. And if you hear a DJ sing a love song out to your name from a guy who's wild about you, it's me. Who loves you, baby? Please don't think I'm crazy if I go to the extreme. Nothing I won't do to hear you say you love me too. Say it's me. Who loves you, baby? Please don't think I'm crazy if I go to the extreme. There ain't nothing I won't do to hear you say you love me too. Say it's me.
Craig Morgan at the KH Santa Fe Cafe. What's it like growing up in Nashville?
It's horrible.
It's
no, it's heaven, man. Shoot, especially doing what I do right now. I was born at Nashville General Hospital. Mama said we was headed to Baptist, but I wasn't waiting. So we had to stop off at General, and I was born there. And we grew up in Kingston Springs, a little town about 30 miles west of Nashville. And my dad was a bass player, and some of my fondest memories of childhood were watching George Jones and Tammy Wynette get off of Winnebago to go into the Grand Ole Opry. So that was pretty neat.
Did you run up to them and get an autograph?
No, my dad would have beat me.
Oh. Can you give me any dressing tips because you're well dressed?
You know what? Tractor Supply sells everything that I wear.
Oh, okay.
Wrangler jeans and Wrangler shirts and Justin Roper boots.
I will have to. Okay, I wrote all those down too. What's this one called?
Sure. This is a song called Paradise. We had recorded 7 songs for the record, and had the other 3 picked. And Barry Coburn, the head of Atlantic Records, asked me to go in and write a song about my life, and keeping in mind I was in the military for 10.5 years, so better than a third of my life was in the Army.
Wow.
So I wrote this song called In Harley Island. We sat down and wrote this song called Paradise.
Oh, cool. Craig Morgan at the KH Santa Fe Cafe.
They gave me a green uniform and black boots for my feet. 18 and wild as hell, I thought it would be neat. They put me on a plane to some strange foreign land. I said goodbye to Mom and Dad and hello to Uncle Sam. Once I was a soldier, not afraid to die. Now I'm a little older kind of life is paradise. Christmas of '89 was a lonely time for me. Panama was probably fine, but it was nothing like Tennessee. I never thought the day would come when I might have to kill a man. I did not sleep a wink that night, but we won for Uncle Sam. Once I was a soldier, not afraid to die. Now I'm a little older and not afraid to cry. Every day I'm thankful just to be alive. When you've been where I've been, any kind of life is paradise. It's paradise. It's paradise.
Wow, that is Craig, wow.
Well, thank you. That's pretty much my life, you know. So I'm proud to be here doing what I'm doing now. I'll tell you that.
Well, I think that you are going to do really well, and the album is called
Craig Morgan
because it is your debut, and everyone should know your name. And it'll be on Atlantic Records.
That's right.
And may we see a video over the Something to Write Home About?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're actually shooting a video this weekend, and it'll be out in a couple weeks.
Awesome. All right, so you'll probably see Craig on CMT or TNN or GAC, or if you come over to my house, maybe we'll just see it. So, I don't know.
Because you will have a copy, won't you?
I probably will.
I will send you a copy.
Craig Morgan, thank you very much for stopping by the K Santa Fe Cafe, and good luck. And can I play a song as a request, because this is a request show?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, buddy. How about some John Conley rose-colored glasses?
All right. Thank you.
Oh, what a talented guy. Nice guy, too. And he put up with all my... You know, I got a chance to interview him again a couple years later when he came out with his big hit, Almost Home. In fact, he performed it live, and I have that on CD somewhere, so it doesn't actually fit in the cassette cubbyhole section of Mike's Daily Podcast. So I will have to find that CD at some point and do the CD cubbyhole. But all the past cassette cubbyholes that I've done on the show, including talking to the Dixie Chicks and Dierks Bentley and even John Ritter, they can all be found at mikesdailypodcast.com. Look for the thing that says Cubbyhole at the top of the page. As we go outside of Cafe Anyway, located here in Podcastro Valley at the last place on earth, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast.
And here's today's podcast picture.
And the podcast picture today features you, Benita the Rodeo Queen. That's right, Mike. Y'all are talking with me and your dog Basil the Boxer. That's right. We're having a conversation about the country music stars that I used to interview, and I tried to make the interviews interesting back when I was doing a lot of those interviews when I was on the radio in Ventura County, California, and I'd listened to so many other DJs do these country star interviews, and I'd be like, blah, those are so boring. Why don't we do something a little odd? Why don't I just kind of try something different with them? And a lot of them were kind of like, okay, I've been traveling across the country, hitting all these little podunk radio stations, and now you're messing with me. Who are you, you crazy Californian? So anyway, that's a cartoon about that, and you can see Basil the Boxer actually talks because he's got a little speaking balloon. It's interesting. Yeah, Mike, speaking balloon. That's right. Is that y'all when y'all take like a balloon at the fair, and when you pop it, you hear the word ouch? Benita, thank you so much for asking that question. But which leads me to my next comment, which is I've noticed on Facebook lately that there are people that I have not talked to in a long time, and I wish them a happy birthday when their birthday thing comes up. and then they'll say like thank you, and then I think that's probably the only communication I will have with that person for the rest of my life, is just on their birthdays. It's weird. And then, you know, time will go by, that person will, or I will be gone, and that will be the only record of our communications was thanks. Just a quick thing, like happy B-Day, thanks. It's kind of depressing. I didn't mean to depress you with that. The other thing is, the other side job, the morning show thing that I've been doing, has been requiring an awful lot of work lately. Work that I am not going to put quite so much effort into. I'm going to put a little more work into this, because this is what preceded the morning show, and this will follow after the morning show. So I'm going to put more work into the podcast. That's my plan anyway. And yeah, because I uploaded a whole show to my morning show that I do in Connecticut, and for the third time it was completely wiped out, and that was an hour's worth of work. Which you might be going, well, Mike, you were just sitting on your butt recording it into a microphone, big whoop. But it actually requires a lot of research. You got to look up and see what day it was. And I had all this interesting stuff. It was National French Fry Day that day. And it might have been also National Pecan Pie Day, which it's every day is National Pecan Pie Day according to the holiday calendar chart thingy, which is basically pecan pie got a lot of days. And I think it's because everybody likes it. And then you can say pecan pie if you're from that other region of the U.S. At any rate, thank you so much for listening to today's show. Next show, we are going to bring you the return of the much-loved feature called This Is Interesting, where we'll hear some interesting news that has to do with one of America's favorite drinks. Plus, we'll hear from Madame Rutabaga, Valentino, and Bison Bentley.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!